welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching and being here. My name is Wendy Treviño. If you're new, welcome. Today I'm gonna be doing the Sephora sale recommendations that have worked amazingly for me for this spring, and this is the first time that I'm doing this video. I have never done a Sephora recommendations ever, and I don't know why haven't I done that. But this year I was like, I'm gonna do it, I have to do it, and here I am sitting down doing these recommendations, things that have worked amazingly for me. Before I start talking about other products that I highly recommend, I'm gonna go ahead and mention that my skin type is dry, so maybe these products might not work for you if you have oily skin. Maybe they will work if you have normal, but I can't tell if this will work for you if you have oily skin. I feel like a lot of people do get to not mention that when they make these Sephora recommendations, and I feel like that's very important to mention that what skin type you have before you start mentioning what products you recommend, because these products, if someone who has very oily skin is watching it and they buy the product and they don't work for them, and they're gonna come and say like, you know, like this didn't work, the recommendations were not great, and I don't want it to be that way. I just want to be like clear that my skin type is very dry, and I do know that my sister has normal skin, and a lot of these recommendations have worked amazingly for her. That's how I know that these products, if you have normal to dry skin, they're gonna work, because these work for my sister as well. And the only thing that I don't know if it works for oily skin. So I wanted to mention that and not leave that behind. And now let me go ahead and tell you guys when the sale begins. I have it on my phone because I'm really bad at remembering. So our spring savings event is coming this April the 1st. It starts for Rouge, which is 20% off, and it ends on the 11th. And then for VIB starts on the 5th and it ends on the 11th as well. This is for the 15% off. And for all insider members, it starts on April the 7th as well. It ends on the 11th for all of us. And for also, we have the Sephora collection that we're having 30% off of everything, like it says here, all Sephora collection. So an extra 30% off. I feel like that's amazing because I do have some Sephora collection recommendations. I feel like they're gonna be included. They should. So yeah, wanted to make that clear. So let's go ahead and start. And before, don't forget to subscribe and give this video a big thumbs up, and don't forget to turn your notifications so you'll be notified every time I upload. And let's go ahead and start with this video. So I'm gonna start with foundations because I feel like that's my priority, like the foundations that I love so much. And these are all gonna be like light coverage to medium. I'm not mentioning full coverage foundations because that's not something that I'm interested in or that I like. I really like more of a natural kind of look, and I know I have a full face, but it's more of a, like my foundations don't feel cakey or none of that. So I'm gonna start with the foundations that I highly recommend and why each of them are different. So the first one that I highly recommend that I bought last year is the Luminous Silk Giorgio Armani, and this foundation has changed the game for me. I just love this foundation for like when I'm gonna go somewhere that I'm gonna be like, this foundation is the best foundation. I want to look that good and I want my makeup to just stay put together. This is the foundation. I know it's a little bit pricey, it's like $64, but you're getting a 20% off or whatever discount you're getting. You're still saving some coin, which is amazing for me. Like if I can save some coin, I'm all here for it. And this foundation just glides so well in the skin. It just looks so flawless. I can't get enough. I don't know what took me so long to pick this foundation up, but let me tell you how beautiful this foundation is. I get compliments when I wear this foundation, and you know how people are nowadays, they don't really like to compliment your makeup. I don't know what it is, but I get compliments with this foundation, and I know this is my go-to foundation that is gonna look amazing. This is gonna be like a medium to full coverage. You can build it up, and I know it says luminous, but I don't see that luminous. I feel like it's not matte, but it's just like, it just glides well. It just looks amazing, and I highly recommend. This is the first foundation that I recommend you. The second foundation, this I still have it in the box. As you can tell, this is the PAT McGRATH Labs, and it looks so beautiful. The packaging is just very bougie. This foundation, I have not used it because I feel like this is the perfect foundation for summer, because it just looks so glowy. And you know, when it's summer, you want to look glowy and have that skin very, you know, like looking healthy and radiant. That's what I'm trying to say. This is the foundation for that. Again, these two foundations are super expensive, I know, but let me tell you, they work so amazing. This is light coverage. I don't feel like you'll get a full coverage at all. If you have a lot of imperfections in your skin, I feel like this is not gonna work for you, because it's not gonna cover that, like, you know, like those imperfections that sometimes we like to have a little bit of more cover when it comes to that. And this is just like a very natural light foundation that looks so dewy. Yeah, it looks very dewy, very luminous, super glowy. Let me tell you, you're gonna look glowy with this foundation. If you're like, how does those people like get that foundation and look so glowing, and pictures and all that? This is a foundation that has done that I have found that works amazingly. This one's like, I think $4 or $3 more expensive than this one. So if you want light coverage, go for this. If you want a little more coverage, go ahead and pick up the Giorgio Armani. And then another one that I highly recommend is a Dior Backstage foundation. You have heard, I'm pretty sure you heard of this foundation so many times, and this foundation is light coverage as well. I feel like you can build it up a little bit, not as much. This is a foundation that I'm wearing today, and this is just very light, and it still looks healthy in the skin. It's not gonna make you look cakey at all. I just love foundations that look very natural, because I mean, we're still wearing makeup, so it's not natural at all, but you know, they call it natural. So these are the foundations that I highly recommend. If I would pick one out of the three, I would just go for the Giorgio Armani. And if you're looking for that glow, just go ahead and give this a try. I know there's other foundations out there that they say they look amazing. I have not tried them yet, so I cannot mention those, but these are my recommendations for foundations. And now let me go ahead and jump into the primers. I have two primers, and the reason why I have two is because I've been really into discovering what primers are appropriate for the foundation, because you cannot mix certain primers with certain foundations depending on what base they are. And I found out this year the differences, and oh my god, trust me, it has changed again. So the first primer, I know I have mentioned it before, is the Milk Hydro Primer. This primer is just gonna make your makeup stay in place. It's not gonna budge, it's not gonna move. And if you have like an event to go, this is the primer that you're gonna want to use, because it's just gonna stay, like it's not gonna move. It's long lasting, and it's just make the foundation stick to your face very well. This is the primer that I'm using today, and I'm using it with the Dior foundation. Why? Because the Dior foundation is oil based, and so does this primer. And if you use another primer that is water, it's just, if you use a primer that is water, it's gonna just start breaking in your nose, and it's not gonna look good. It's gonna start looking kind of cakey because it's just starting to break. So this combination, oil and oil, you know, like those foundations that work together with the primer, this is the combo that I really enjoy, because of, you know, the primer that it's based on oil. So I cannot use this primer with these other foundations, because these are water-based foundations. You cannot mix them, and if you do, it's just gonna start separating, and you're gonna be like, why is this happening? This foundation doesn't work. It's the primer. Trust me, I was having that problem, and I couldn't tell what it was until I started searching up and realizing that I could not be mixing water and oil, you know what I mean, because they don't mix together. So the next primer that has been working amazing with my water-based foundations and I'm telling you, they have changed the game, is the Rare Beauty Always Optimist Base Illuminatrace. I don't know how to pronounce that. So this is how the packaging looks. I still have it in the packaging because I'm that type of girl that takes a while to take it out of the packaging. So this is a primer that I started using with my water-based foundations, and it just changed the game. This primer is so good for water-based foundations. It just glides very well. My foundation doesn't break on my nose anymore. I don't start getting cakey right here, because these are the major problems when you mix those foundations. You start getting like your foundation starts breaking your nose, and it starts getting kind of cakey right here. But it's because we're mixing the wrong primers with the wrong foundations, and this has worked amazing. I highly recommend this primer. Is really good. And I just noticed that I have so many water-based foundations, and I feel like I only have 3 foundations in my collection that are oil-based, which that's my biggest mistake that I was doing when I was doing my makeup. So highly recommend those. And now that you know a little bit about not to mix oil foundations with the water-based, because it's not gonna, your makeup is just not gonna glide well, it's not gonna look good. I feel like I've been talking about a lot about that. So moving on into powders, I'm trying to keep it like the way it goes. I'm gonna mention this. This is the powder that I just recommend to everyone. I feel like it's the best. This is the best powder that I have ever found till this moment. Is the Hourglass Belle translucent powder, and you cannot go wrong with this. If you use the Laura Mercier, which I do own, compared to this one, this is it. Like, this is it. I promise you, this is the best powder. It's very, like, very fine, that it just settles so well in your makeup. It doesn't make it look ugly. I just couldn't get enough of this powder. This is a restock, to be honest, because when I finished that powder, I had to buy it again. It just makes a difference in my makeup. And then another powder that I found last year that I highly recommend, and this is one of those powders that a lot of people hype about, and you're like, don't want to fail for it. Like, I'm those type of people that I don't like to fall for it, because I feel like a lot of recommendations nowadays are not truly honest anymore. And this one, I just went for it. Like, it was too much. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Finish powder. And it took me a while. I keep seeing this powder being recommended year after year after year, and I am not the type of person that likes these type of powders that are coming up compact. I'm more of a loose type of powder. But when I try this one, let me tell you, it has changed my makeup game as well. It's just so well. I love to put it under my eyes. It makes everything so flawless, very smooth under my eyes, and I just can't get enough of it. And I actually use the big powder brush, and I just lather all on my face as well. My makeup, it looks flawless. My makeup looks flawless because I know the difference between how I was doing it before. You can tell as well when you take pictures and all that. And these powders are the best. Highly recommend. If you want to pick one of these, just go for it. They are the best powders out there. You can't go wrong with that. And if you don't like something that you tried it on, you bought it, you can always go and return. It cut me off. I was saying, like, if one of these products that you buy and you purchase and they don't work for you, you can always have that option to go and return it, and they return your money. You just, you know, keep your receipt and don't finish the product. Like, you can't go with an empty product and say that it didn't work for you. But yeah, you have that option, so you're not losing there. You're still trying the product, and you know, you get your money back if it doesn't work. And then let's move on into blushes. These blushes are the only blushes that I'm gonna recommend. They're the best blushes. I'm using this blush today. I'll tell you the name. It's so dirty. So this is from Patrick Ta, and this is the palette. I know this is not in stock anymore, but they have the individuals now that all these colors are available for you, so you can pick it up. And this is the shades that come in here. These are so beautiful. you cannot go wrong with these blushes, because I feel like Patrick Ta has the best blushes out there in the market. All the blushes that I have, these are the best blushes. I cannot get enough. And if you want to pick one blush, I would say go for the She's So LA. I feel like this is very neutral. This is the shade that I wear the most, because I feel like no matter what you wear, this foundation just looks beautiful with any clothing that you have on. I feel like this is the best this is the best blush you can get. I will pick She's So LA. And then if you're like more in the pinky, I'm using the pink blush right now, which is She's a Doll. And then we have She's Vibrant, which is so beautiful. And She's Beige is still beautiful, but it's one of the least that I use out of this palette. But every blush from his line is so gorgeous, and it's gonna look so beautiful. If you want to pick a blush, pick any shade that you're interested in, that you use the most. Like my sister, she uses pink the most, so she go ahead and she was like, I want that one because I love blush, and this is the blush that I'm using today. And then you put a little bit of the what's it called, like the cream on top, and that's why it looks so glowy and very radiant. I really love these foundations, and I need to get another ones that I don't own yet, and that I've been eyeing. So I'll probably get one on this sale, who knows, maybe. And then the only concealer that I recommend, because I have not used other ones, but this one has, it's just my favorite concealer. I'm using it today, is the Born This Way. It doesn't crease under my eyes, and this is on the shade Almond, which is the one that I'm using right now. And my camera can focus, it's not working. So yeah, I'm using Almond today, and this doesn't cake under my eyes. It just glides very well. It just doesn't smudge or look cakey, none of that. I highly recommend it. I feel like it's one of the best concealers out there. And then this is when I don't want to have like too much like, I don't want it to look lighter or anything. This is the Golden Beige, which is kind of my skin color. So when I use this one, I don't really have color like more bright under my eye. It's just like all natural. So I highly recommend the Born This Way. If you have not tried it, I guarantee you that you're gonna like that concealer. And then we have the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. This setting spray is the only setting spray you need. This is the only setting spray you need for your makeup to stay and last and look beautiful. The difference between this and other setting sprays is that this one is gonna make your makeup last. It's gonna make your makeup last compared to other setting sprays that is just gonna make your makeup set. Like if you put too much powder and you set your setting spray and it just makes it like kind of like go away and look more settled. No, this one's gonna make your makeup last all day without moving. And you're gonna thank me later if you have not tried. This is the best setting spray. The only downfall about this, a lot of people like the scent on this. I don't like it. I feel like it smells like rose or something. I don't like the scent. I'm not really good at having scented things on my face. That's the only thing that I don't like about it. Other than that, that's like a little miracle in a bottle, because it just makes your makeup last all day. One more blush, and it's from Rare Beauty, and I feel like she's doing very well with her makeup line, because they have the things that I have right here have worked really good. This is the blush on shade Grateful, and it looks kind of like it's a red blush. And let me tell you, these blushes, they blend so well. They're very pigmented. I feel like I'm really far, but they're very pigmented, and they just blend so well, as you can tell right there. Very nice, very beautiful, and a little bit goes a long way. You don't need to put a lot because it's gonna look crazy. And I feel like these blushes are gonna last you for a long time. So it's so worth it. The money, spending money on these are so worth it, because a little bit goes a long way. And this bottle is gonna last me forever. And I feel like red, I feel like a lot of people are scared of this shade, but it's so unique, like a red blush, and then your face just looks so glowy and very I don't know, I just love it. I feel like that's the best blush it has shade, and I just love it. I feel like that's an amazing blush. I'm trying to like, I speed it up a little bit. And then we have this bronzer, and this is from NARS. I got this, I think it was free for the so it's like my birthday gift, and this is on the shade Laguna, and I'm using this bronzer on my forehead and on my cheeks, but I feel like this color is so beautiful. I feel like it's just the right shade, if you can tell right there. I don't know, it just glides so well, very beautiful. It's very smooth as well when I'm swatching it. It just feels so good, and I love the consistency that it has. And it's another recommendation. I really haven't found like other bronzers that have like intrigued me or I need it. I do want some ones because I really feel like I'm really good on the game when it comes to blushes and foundations, but when it comes to bronzers, I feel like I need to experiment a little more. So that's my only recommendations with the bronzer, contour, whatever you want to call it. Really good, and I highly recommend. I have two brow products, and this is, the first one is the Precisely My Brow from Benefit. This is, to me, this is one of the best. I've been really wanted to try the Huda Beauty because they said that that one's really good, and I feel like I should try it, but I don't really use these ones to like get on my eyebrows full. I only do these ones to outline the bottom because I've been doing strokes on my eyebrows, so I don't really use these ones to like fill it up, but I really love it. When I used to not do strokes, this is, if you're not into like doing strokes in your eyebrows, this is the only thing that you need, because it just the perfect brow pencil. I don't know what else to say about it. It's just so good. Don't get the Anastasia Beverly Hills. I feel like this one's way better than that one, and you cannot go wrong with picking this one up. And then when it comes to doing the strokes, this is the best one out there, high end. This was from Urban Decay, their Brow Blade, and this one has two sides, which you have the pencil, which I already finished, and you have the one to do the strokes, and you can tell how fine the tip is, so your lines are gonna be like very precise and very well. This is why I love this one so much. This color is on Dark Drapes. So if you have dark brown hair, I don't recommend this shade because it turns kind of like reddish in your eyebrows. I don't like that, so go with a darker shade than this one, because this one turns like, it just turns like red. I don't know what it is, but it looks brown right here, but once you're blending it in your eyebrows, it starts turning like reddish. So go for a darker shade if you have darker hair like me. I highly recommend this one. Is very nice. Just don't go, if you don't want reddish eyebrows, don't go for dark drapes, because I feel you need like a darker shade, because I know how it looks. My Sephora recommendation, since we're having a 30% off, I feel like these, a lot of people don't even talk about it, but these lipsticks, these are like the cream lip stains, and these are so good. Like, these don't dry your lips, they glide so well. If you see me wearing a red lipstick, is mostly this one most of the time. This is my favorite red lipstick, and this is on the shade 1, and this one's on 14. These are my most used lipsticks that I use most of the time, and they just glide so well on your lips. They look amazing, they don't dry your lips, and I feel like a lot of people don't talk about them, and the formula is really good. I'm really looking forward to pick up some shades, like kind of nude shades, kind of like the one that I have right now, but a little, I don't want like the pinky tone on it. I want like more of the mauvey brown. So these ones I highly recommend. They're inexpensive, they're like $14 minus the 30% off. Like, you cannot go wrong with this if you're looking for something affordable that works well. The cream lip stains from Sephora work amazing, and I highly recommend you guys picking those up. They look so beautiful on the lips, and you cannot go wrong. And then I have 3 brushes, and I mean, take advantage of the sale with these brushes, because it's gonna change the game for you. And every brush that I have here has its purpose. So the first brush is the number 47, and this is the Pro Foundation, and it looks like this. Can you tell, like that? It just goes in there. I don't use this to blend my foundation. I use this brush with my Charlotte Tilbury, and I just put it and I blend my powder. I just set my concealer. That's what I'm trying to say. I set my concealer, and look how well it goes under the eye, and it's so perfect. This brush is so perfect for that. Of course, you want to use it for foundation, go ahead, but this is the purpose that I use this brush. It's just perfect. Like, look, it's just perfect, and it blends this powder so well, and I love the finish of it. Like, I just love how it feels. I love how it fits under the eye perfectly to set the eye. Is the number 47. I'm gonna link everything down below for you guys if you're interested. I'm not affiliated or anything, so you don't have to like feel like, oh, she's getting paid. I wish, but no. I'll just link it for you if you're interested. Another one is the 71, and it's kind of like the same, as you can tell, but smaller. This one's for the concealer, and it's for the concealer. Like, I use it to blend the concealer, and it's just blending. Like, if you have little creases under it, this one's the perfect one just to, you know, get rid of that concealer that is creasing under your eye. This is the perfect brush. I just love those brushes so much, and I feel like you need them in your makeup collection. And the last brush is the Pro Highlight on number 98, and this is how it looks. And I thought that my brush that I have for my highlight were the best brushes that I had, I thought, until I got this one. This was actually a giveaway that I won, and these brushes, they're so good. The Sephora brushes are so good, let me tell you. I thought the Morphe brushes were the best out there, and these brushes changed everything. Like, my perspective, the way that I thought that the Morphe were better. I don't know what it is, but these brushes they just do it better. I don't know what it is. I'm not saying that I don't like my Morphe anymore, because they're ride or die for me, but these are something else. So this brush is for the highlight, and the way it glides your highlight is just, it just hits different. Like, it just looks so gorgeous compared to the other brushes. I don't know what it is with this. I don't know if it's the bristles. I don't know what it is, but it just glides like beautiful. And when I started using it, I was like, no way. Like, and then I used my older brushes, and I was like, yeah, it's this brush that makes it look even more better, like 10 times better than the other one. I don't know what it is in these brushes, but I highly recommend you guys checking it out. 30% off, you cannot go wrong. I guarantee you're gonna love those brushes. And we're almost done. I have this puff from Beauty Blender. This is the Beauty Blender puff. And okay, yes. Do you need it? Yes. Can you pass on it? No, because you need it to set your powder, and it's just, I don't know, like, you need it. Right now it's clean because I just washed it. It's already like getting bad from here, as you can tell, because this just sets your powder so good, and it's gonna change everything. Once you try this on and start setting your powder with this, it's just gonna change it for you. It's just gonna change it, trust me. I just love it. I don't know why didn't I pick this one before. This one this was a recommendation by Makeup by Cheryl. If you don't follow her, she always recommends the best of the best. I'm telling you, like, she recommends only the good stuff, and I bought it because of her. And let me tell you, she did me wrong. She never does. This is the best thing to set your powder. And if you don't want to use like the brush, you can go under your eye, and it's perfectly fine. I love it. I love it. Almost done. We have moisturizer, because if you don't have good skin, your makeup is not gonna look good. It's not gonna look good. Since I have very dry skin, I highly recommend this one. I feel like it's, oh my god, I have a hair. I have very dry skin. I started using this one before I finished the other one, the Glow Recipe. which works amazingly good. But I started using the Tatcha because it was, you know, I finished my other one and I was like, let me go ahead and start using the Tatcha one, because what if I really like it and if I don't use it, I'm not gonna know or take advantage of the sale when the holidays come. You know, they have those good kits. So I started using it. You know, my face started getting very dry and I started feeling it. You know, you start feeling like how your face starts getting dry. This is heavy duty. Like this, if you have oily skin, this is not for you, because this is like a very heavy cream that I feel like when I put it on, it just absorbs it in my skin very well, because it takes a while to dry. Because I put it on, I put the little fan, I go to my bed, and a while passes by, my husband touches my face and he always goes, you feel sticky, because it's so heavy duty, like it's very thick. So if you have very dry skin, I do recommend this one, because it's just super thick that I feel like it just stays in your skin and it absorbs everything and just works very well. I haven't had a problem and I haven't like break out, because I do hear a lot of people saying that it's not, they like the other one better, but since I have dry skin, it has worked so good. Another one that works amazing is the Drunk Elephant one. Put a picture right here. This moisturizer is so good as well if you have very dry skin, and I really love it. I feel like, I don't know, these two moisturizers, that one and this one, I have, and I highly recommend them. This product is from Drunk Elephant. Talking about Drunk Elephant, this is the Wild Marula Tango Spray, and this is for like, it's for detangling your hair or for heat protection. This is what I use when I straighten my hair or I put heat on my hair, you know. This is the one that I use, and I feel like it gives it a shine on my hair. I don't know if it's this or my shampoo, but every time I use it, I feel like I have a little shine on my hair, and I really like it. So I do recommend it because it has worked very well and it gives that shine, because this is the only thing that I'm using before I do my hair. Before I straighten my hair, this is the only thing that I put on it, and it looks healthy. Like, it looks really, really nice. Like I said, I don't know, I feel like this is a product because when I use my only dandruff shampoo, I like, instead of my using the other shampoo that I feel like gives me like life to my hair, this is I think this is doing something to it, like looking very healthy, if I make any sense. So I do recommend it. I feel like it's really good, and I feel like a lot of people don't talk about this kind of products. So yeah, I'm gonna recommend that. The next item, this is a product that everyone raves about. This is the Laneige. This is a lip sleeping mask, and this it's good. Like, you go to sleep and you put it on. If you're feeling like your lips are super dry, just put it on. You're gonna wake up with healthy lips because it works. And I feel like it's better because you go to sleep with the lip mask on, if I can talk today, and it just feel like it works better because you're not eating or you're not drinking something, and I feel like that makes it even more better. That is just like working on your lips, healing your lips. So you have cracked lips. I suffer from that, and sometimes I forget to use this one, but it's the best. I do have the strawberry scent and the mint, and I really love them. They're all over the place. I have one in my bedroom. These ones are my vanity. I have two in my vanity, and I should probably put one in my purse because it just works amazing. And last item is from Glow Recipe. This is the Watermelon Glow Dew Drops, and this one I love because when I don't want to use makeup, I put this on. I just do like my eyebrows, put this on, and my face looks glowy without makeup, but it still makes my face look healthy. And it makes me feel some type of way because, you know, sometimes you do not want to use makeup when you go out. You just want to pick up your hair and hit the door and do your errands. So I put this one on. It makes me feel a little better, and I feel like my skin just looks healthy, very healthy with these dew drops, and I don't have any makeup, and I just love it. It smells so good. Every product from Glow Recipe, I feel like I'm a ride or die because I just feel like all the products have worked amazingly for me. They have not failed me. Those were all my recommendations. I feel like this video is gonna be a little long. I just wanted to give like explanations on how does these products work, for what, skin type and all that. And I want to mention some of my wish list for a little bit. I don't want to make this video so long. I should have just made this one separately, but I'm just gonna mention a few things. I'm not gonna make it so long. So my wish list. So on my wish list, I do have the Glow Recipe sunscreen SPF 50. I really want that. I really want to take advantage of that because, you know, summer is coming and it's gonna hit hard. I feel like this year is gonna be even more hotter than other days. Another one that I want is the Amika, the Closer Instant Split End Hair Repair Cream, because I do get a lot of split ends. My stylist did tell me that probably because my hair is super dark, and that just makes it even worse when it comes to straightening your hair. It just makes the split ends come out faster. I don't know, she said something like that. So I want to try that on. We'll see about that. Another one that I want to try is the Oribe Mini Royal Blowout Heat Styling Spray. I want to get the mini because the full size is like 64. And I just want to try it. Maybe I heard really good things about it. I have that in my wish list. I have the Rare Beauty Selena Gomez Warm Wishes Effortless Bronzer Stick. I really want to get a bronzer stick. I'm debating between the Rare Beauty or the Mario one. I don't know. I feel like I'll go for whichever one's in stock. And then I have the Tom Ford Lost Cherry on the travel size because it's so expensive. The full size, like the 1 ounce is like 240 or something like that. So I don't know, I really love how it smells. I already smelled it in the store when I came home. The smell was so good. So I don't know, I really think that's the main thing that I want. The Makeup by Mario Master Matte eyeshadow palette. I don't know, like that palette looks so beautiful to me. I feel like it will be the eyeshadow palette that I will be using every single day because I'm really into neutrals. I really love how just natural the eyes will look, a bronzy look, and I feel like this look very beautiful. So I'm gonna leave it there with my wish list. I didn't make a big one this time, but yeah guys, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and I'll have the recommendations link down below for you guys to make it easier if you're interested. And don't forget to subscribe, give the video a big thumbs up, and until next time, see you on the next one. Bye.